Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing really well. I recently got back from vacation. I spent about 10 days down in Florida catching some sun. While I was down there, I ended up walking by or behind, I can't even tell you how many guys. A lot. A lot of ladies too, but a lot of guys. And I ended up smelling a lot of different things while I was down there. Actually, a whole lot of Dior Sauvage. A whole friggin' lot. Sometimes I think I forget how popular Dior Sauvage is, and then I'll go somewhere where I'm just mingling with people from all over the place, you know, all over the world, and then I go, oh yeah, Sauvage. Yeah. So today I'm going to be going over with you guys 5 different designer fragrances that will have you smelling better than the average guy. Now, if you're a guy that wears fragrances with regularity, good for you. You're already ahead of the curve, because a lot of the people that I smelled, I wish I didn't smell. Some smells in high heat in Florida in tight crowds that weren't good. We'll just say that. So let's jump into this. Let's check these fragrances out. Now we're going to kick it off with one that my wife has really grown to enjoy. It doesn't cost all that much from discounters, and it's fairly unique as far as designer scents go. It's Roberto Cavalli Uomo Silver Essence. And with this list, we're actually taking a little bit of a warm weather kind of trend, because I just got back from a high heat situation. So I'm thinking of fragrances that I would have enjoyed smelling while I was down there. This one's got tonka, cardamom, and lavender, along with orris. And the orris here is really nice. It's slightly sweet, it's smooth, not really powdery. And that gives this one a really alluring feel to it, an inviting feel. It's a really nice compliment puller, kind of an under the radar fragrance, because not too many people outside of real frag heads know about Cavalli Uomo's line. It's not really a line of fragrances that gets pushed like Armani Code or Versace Pour Homme, for example. Maybe not the greatest example with Versace Pour Homme, but you get what I'm saying. If you go into any store in America, you're gonna find those ones, but this one you're not gonna see very often. And while it does have a bit of a unique feel to it as far as designer fragrances go, it is extremely wearable, fantastic in spring or summer, and you can wear it in early fall as well. And it's a good evening fragrance as well as daytime. So there's a ton of versatility here. So Cavalli Uomo Silver Essence, a little bit overlooked, but actually smells great. And you're gonna definitely make you smell better than most people. Trust me there. Next up is a fragrance that is also on the cheaper side, at least if you're shopping at discounters. It is Ferrari Radiant Bergamot. This one's got bergamot, ginger, nutmeg, and moss as some of the notes in the fragrance, and it is super versatile. You can pull this off at the beach. You can pull it off in a theme park in Florida. You can pull it off just about anywhere, including the office. Hanging out with your friends at a barbecue, yeah, it'll work. Going to a semi-formal situation, yeah, it'll work. Going to an office meeting, yeah, it'll work. It's good, it's good. Great fragrance if you've got a white t-shirt on, or a button-up, or a polo, or a friggin' suit, whatever. Radiant Bergamot's gonna do it for you. It's got a bit of a similarity to some of the Acqua di Parma fragrances. You know, a little bit of that classic Italian style cologne. Yeah, you got a little bit of that going on here with Radiant Bergamot, which makes sense because it's released underneath the Ferrari name, and Ferrari, of course, is Italian. Up next, Bulgari Man Woodneroli. It has bergamot in the fragrance, just like Radiant Bergamot, but instead of that being the main focal point here, you have neroli, which is a white flower that does admittedly have a little bit of a citrus scent profile to it. Also got cedar in here, hence the wood part of Woodneroli, and orange blossom, which is yet another white floral, which also has a citrus scent profile to it. I keep repeating that. This one is very smooth and clean and refined and gentlemanly, but at the same time, it's got a great casual edge to it. Nice compliment puller, ultra easy to pull off, which really all of these are, if I'm honest with you. The thing that I really like about Bulgari Man Woodneroli is that it doesn't go too far into that sweet side of things. Yes, there's citrus, there's white florals here, and yes, it does give it a nice refreshing tinge with a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. You don't want it to go too far down that path. Because in really high heat situations, if you've got something on that's ultra cloying, it's not good. It's not pleasant. You don't want to be waiting in a line behind somebody or in front of them or, beside them shoulder to shoulder in any type of situation, especially in high heat, where they have a fragrance on that's so strong and so sweet that it just annihilates the inside of your nose, just blows it out and causes your brain to start to shut down. It's not a good feeling. So that sweetness, while in some situations is good, sometimes if you've got a fragrance that's sweet in a potentially cloying manner and you've sprayed too much of it on, it's not good. That is bad. I know it's fun, like, oh man, they smell me. Yeah, they smell you. They also hate you. It's funny though, some people will be like, I don't care that they hate me, man. I bought this fragrance, you're gonna smell it. Sure, I guess. I bought this expensive car and you're going to hear it at 3 a.m. when I pull up outside your house and just rev the engine over and over like a madman, leaning out the window. You hear this car? Yeah. You don't really get the idea, but you kind of get the idea. You want them to know that you've got the nice fragrance on, right? But there's a curve, okay? So enough sprays and you get it somewhere up here toward the top of the curve, and that's the enjoyable part. That's good. People smell it and they go, ooh, that's nice. Spray it too many times, oh no, the curve is going down, the enjoyment level is going down. Now when people smell it, they go, I can't taste anymore for the rest of my life because my entire palate is destroyed by what you have on. It's a weapon. Remember that, the curve, up toward the top, the bell. See this? That? You want to be at the top. And the top is not the most sprays possible. Top is the most sprays that you should do. If you do more than that, you go off the edge. No return. Let's just keep it moving. Next up, Narciso Rodriguez, for him, Blue Noir Extreme. Yeah, gotta work a blue fragrance in here. Now, to be fair, when I was out on vacation, most of the fragrances I smelled were blue fragrances of one sort. So a lot of Dior Sauvage, Acqua di Gio Profondo, smelled that a bit. YSL, Bleu de Chanel, like those fragrances probably made up 85% of what I smelled. Just those fragrances. Although one dude had on some seriously kicking patchouli. So shout out to you. The guy who's in 93, 94 degree weather, 100% humidity, rocking a heavy patchouli fragrance. Shout out. Actually, he didn't have on too many sprays though, thankfully. I think just a couple. So it was like this little whiff of patchouli. I caught it immediately and I was like, hey, it's that guy. I smell you, patchouli wearer. It smelled pretty good though, actually, gotta say. So this one has citrus, ice, musk, and woods. Pretty simple note breakdown. It is a classy blue fragrance though. It's not really overly youthful. Again, the sweetness held in check. Yes, there's a bit, but not too much. This one more of a refreshing, kind of brisk, lively citrus opening, which you would guess, citrus and ice. I mean, come on. Really easy to wear, very classy. Younger guys can pull this off, older guys can pull this off, enormous versatility. It has a little bit of a vetiver backdrop to it with the woodiness in here and just smells fantastic. It's a great scent. Because it's from Narciso Rodriguez and it is not, trying super hard to be in your face, it does get overlooked. It's never gonna bat up there with Dylan Blue and Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage and Y and all those heavy hitters. Those are always going to outsell this one. They're always going to be worn more than this one. But if you want a scent that has a nice classiness to it, but retains that wearability of the fragrances I just mentioned, check this one out. Could be a nice change of pace. Last up, we're gonna go with the classy one. Now this one, you would not want to go super heavy if it's overly hot, but it's very wearable and just a great scent. Spring through summer, fall also, maybe even winter. Gray vetiver, Tom Ford. Grapefruit, woods, orange blossom, and of course vetiver are the notes in this fragrance. And this is going to be the least, we'll say, refreshing of the bunch. but it still can be worn in high heat. It's mainly known as an office fragrance. That's really how people talk about it in general. They'll say, oh, you know, it's one of the best office scents out there because it's gonna have you smelling like $1 million, and everybody's gonna think, oh, he's got his stuff together, even though you don't. You spent the night watching CSI, eating ice cream, maybe cried yourself to sleep. It's okay, you go in there. Yeah. But you wake up in the morning, take a shower, get dressed, great whatever, nobody knows, no problem. So while this is a CEO boardroom type of fragrance, absolutely, it's still a great scent in casual situations as well, because when you walk by people, you're gonna smell like $1 million. And that's good. So great vetiver, I think absolutely fantastic. It's gonna have you smelling better than just about anybody. And it's also pretty expensive. It's a Tom Ford. I mean, what do you expect? So there we go, 5 fragrances to have you smelling better than the average guy. But really, I mean, if the average guy is wearing Axe or an Old Spice body spray or Bod, then if you're wearing much of anything, you probably smell better than the average guy. And if you are the average guy, at least wear deodorant, antiperspirant, something like that. That's just a pro tip. Even if you don't want to wear a fragrance, wear one of those. Thanks. All right, guys, it's gonna do it for me. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.